Niagara Falls, one of the world's most breathtaking natural wonders, has captivated explorers, travellers and scientists for centuries. Situated on the border between the United States and Canada, this powerful series of waterfalls symbolises nature's raw power and beauty. The falls have drawn millions of visitors annually, who come to experience their grandeur up close. Over time, various boat tours have become synonymous with the falls, allowing visitors to approach them from the river's edge. Iconic vessels like the Maid of the Mist and Canadian cruise lines, such as Hornblower Niagara Cruises, provide immersive experiences that bring tourists into the heart of this natural marvel. The formation of Niagara Falls dates back over 12,000 years to the end of the last ice age. As glaciers receded, they reshaped the land, carving out the Great Lakes and creating the Niagara River, which flows between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. Water from the newly formed lakes flowed over soft sedimentary rock, gradually eroding it and creating the steep cliffs over which the water now plunges. Today, Niagara Falls consists of three distinct waterfalls: Horseshoe Falls on the Canadian side, American Falls and Bridal Veils Falls, both on the American side. Together, they span more than 3,000 feet, with the highest drop reaching around 160 feet. Over 700,000 gallons of water per second cascade over the falls, shaping the land beneath and slowly moving the falls upstream over thousands of years. This geological evolution continues to change the landscape of Niagara Falls, maintaining its status as a dynamic and ever-changing wonder. By the early 19th century, Niagara Falls was emerging as a premier tourist destination. The expansion of railways allowed visitors to reach the falls more easily, and soon hotels, viewing platforms and other attractions surrounded the area. People travelled from far and wide to witness the awe-inspiring power of the falls. The natural beauty of Niagara Falls was often framed within a romantic or adventurous narrative, especially as it became a popular honeymoon destination in the 1800s. One of the most enduring tourist experiences at Niagara Falls is the Maid of the Mist boat ride. Originally launched in 1846 as a steam-powered ferry to carry passengers and goods across the Niagara River. The Maid of the Mist soon pivoted to tourism, offering visitors an unforgettable journey to the base of the falls. The boat tour became a crucial part of the Niagara experience, bringing visitors close enough to feel the spray and roar of the waterfalls. Today, the Maid of the Mist remains a legendary fixture on the American side of the falls, offering a unique view of the crashing waters. While the Maid of the Mist has long been associated with the American side of Niagara Falls, the Canadian counterpart is Hornblower Niagara Cruises. In 2014, Hornblower began operating on the Canadian side, offering tourists thrilling boat rides into the mist of the Horseshoe Fall. Similar to the Maid of the Mist, Hornblower Niagara Cruises uses modern catamarans to carry passengers up close to the falls, giving them a front row seat to nature's power. On my visit to the falls, I joined one of the Canadian boats, Niagara Wonder. The captain invited me up to the wheelhouse to talk about his journey up to the falls.
Alright, hi, I'm John Williams, captain here on the Niagara Wonder for City Cruises in Niagara Falls.
Yes. And what type of boat is this?
It's a twin-hulled catamaran passenger vessel. It's powered by twin diesels with 400 horsepower each side.
Are there electric boats in this?
right now in the river, the City Cruises boats run on the Canadian side, but on the American side is still Made of the Mist, and they operate two similar style boats, twin-hulled catamarans, but they're 100% electric
That's
powered.
on the Canadian side.
On the American
On the
side.
This is we're on the Canadian side, aren't we?
Yeah, this is the Canadian boats, yeah.
That's good. And you've got a man here who looks after the boat. You don't have to steer it all the time.
Oh, we take turns. There's two of us. There's a captain and a first mate, so we alternate throughout the day.
Yeah. We're just going to go up and we're going to go into amongst the wet and the mist and all of that.
Yeah. We just passed the American Falls. So Niagara Falls is sort of broken up into two separate waterfalls by an island in the middle of the river. So one fall is exclusively in America, and the Horseshoe Falls is about 90% in Canada, where the border crosses the falls. So we're heading right into that now.
And I expect you would say they're the best falls.
Well, they're the more picturesque actually, because the American Falls had a couple of rock slides in the last 100 years, and that they're not quite as pretty. But the Horseshoe Falls are certainly more majestic.
Do you go out round in a?
Yeah, we just kind of creep in slow, and then we spend 5 minutes as close as we can get to the Horseshoe or to the falls.
So do you just go up as far as you can see, or is there?
No, we have a GPS there. You can see the screen there.
Oh, yes.
That's kind of our parameters of where we can go. We can be a little bit outside that, but we have a huge margin of error here. So
Is that dotted line on it?
the dotted line is the parameters. We try and stay within that area.
And
But depending on visibility, you can go outside of that or hang back.
oh, I was wondering where the boat was. That little black bit.
Yeah,
is-
we're
Yeah. Do you get two boats up here at the same time,
No,
or it's
no,
always
no.
it's regulated?
right now the maids only run at one boat, so usually they run two and we run one.
Yeah.
So one's in the Horseshoe, one's waiting to come in, one's making the dock, one's leaving the dock. So it's a little bit of a valet for keeping us spaced out time-wise and position-wise.
Interesting that the falls don't change that much unless the hydro people.
Yeah, no, it's
That's how you
pretty
do it.
consistent, yeah. Like they reduce the flow at night. They fill a reservoir that they draw on during the day.
Yeah.
And then Canada and the United States has an agreement as to the minimum amount of water that has to come over during the day, but it can fluctuate a little bit.
That wind that I hear has been caused by the water.
Yeah, the falls creates a bit of its own wind, yeah, absolutely.
I said goodbye to Captain John Williams and left the wheelhouse to enjoy the rest of my cruise from outside. In addition to its tourism appeal, Niagara Falls has long been a source of hydroelectric power. In 1895, Nikola Tesla and George Westinghouse made history by developing the world's first large-scale hydroelectric power plant at the falls. They harnessed the energy of the waterfalls to generate alternating current electricity, which could be transmitted over long distances. This innovation helped drive the industrialization of nearby cities like Buffalo, New York, and Toronto, Ontario, and paved the way for modern energy systems around the world. Today, both Canada and the United States operate large hydroelectric power stations along the Niagara River, generating significant amounts of clean energy while carefully balancing environmental preservation. Throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, the commercialization and industrialization of Niagara Falls raised environmental concerns. As development continued around the falls, conservationists stepped in to protect the natural beauty of the site. In 1885, New York created the Niagara Reservation, America's first state park to preserve the falls and surrounding area. Shortly afterwards, Canada followed suit by establishing Queen Victoria Niagara Falls Park. The early conservation efforts laid the foundation for future environmental protections. Today, both countries enforce strict regulations to preserve the ecological health of Niagara Falls. while ensuring its continued status as a top tourist attraction. Niagara Falls is far more than just a stunning waterfall. It represents the intersection of nature's majesty, human innovation, and adventure. From its formation during the last ice age to its significance to indigenous cultures, and from its role as a tourist destination to a source of hydroelectric power, the history of Niagara Falls is rich and multifaceted. Iconic boat tours like Maid of the Mist and Hornblower Niagara cruises allow visitors to experience the falls up close, creating unforgettable memories while preserving the falls' legacy as one of the world's greatest natural wonders, inspiring awe and admiration for generations to come.